Hi, it's Kate from inkstampshare.ink. I've got a really nice little card to show you how to make today. It's a really simple one, and I've made it using a stamp set and matching punch. It's called a Bunch of Blossoms stamp set. Try saying that. Bunch of Blossoms and the Blossom Builder punch, which is a really useful, handy little punch. Yeah, and it's a really clean, simple card. And I just thought it was really sweet and easy to do, so I thought I'd show you. So this is the one that we're going to make, and there's an even simpler one there that's not got any layers, and then there's one with the fuller petals on it. Yeah, but I'm going to show you how to make this one, and it's really simple, so it won't take us very long at all. Okay, to start off with, I've got a scrap of Whisper White cardstock to do my stamping on, and I'm using Melon, nice bright pink colour. And I have got out of the stamp set, which is here, you can see all of the different petals that are in it. You get different sizes, and it's a 3-step stamp set. So you've got the outline, you've got the solid block, and then you've got the detail, and it's kind of like a watercolour effect. I have seen this stamp set used as like a shell on a beach as well, so it's quite versatile. It's got some nice sentiments in it. Yeah, so we're going to use the half petal here. So I'm going to show you how we do that. So first of all, I've got the outline stamp already inked up, and I am going to just stamp 5 of these on my scrap of Whisper White. Just like that. I'll clean my stamp. I'm getting inky already. Okay, so I've done the outline, and then I'm going to do the solid in bit that looks a little bit like a watercolour effect, and you just line it up. You literally line it up over the top of the outline, like so. If you want less of a colour, which I think I do actually, I'm going to stamp it off and do it. So I think that's what I'll do with all of them. Stamp it off once. It just makes the colour slightly less intense. It's an easy technique to shade with. So I'll just do that first outline again and have them all like that, I think. Okay, and then for the last bit, oh, I didn't stamp it off again, did I? It looks very dark, distracted maybe. No, we're only on Tuesday. That's not a good sign, is it? Here we go, let's try again. That's a bit better, isn't it? Not quite so intense. And then with the third one, it's just partially shaded for the bottom of the petal. So I'm going to keep it full strength to show the difference in the colour. Let's just turn it around, it might make it a bit easier. See what I'm doing. There, can you see how that shades it? There we go. Let's put those to clean over there. And to be able to punch them out, I'm going to cut them up because it's a builder punch. If I slot my whole piece of paper in there, it's not just going to cut the piece I want out, it will cut all the rest and may cut into some of the other stamps, images that I've stamped. So I'm going to cut them out ready to punch. Just makes life slightly easier. And then I'm going to punch them out. Now when I use my punch, I tend to use it upside down so that I can exactly see where it's got to go, and I just pop it in, punch it out. And I'm going to do that 5 times. 1, 2, 'Just cut these up. Otherwise we'll have exactly what we didn't want. There we go, 3. Doesn't take much time. 4, There we go. Okay, so that's all of those. I have my 5 petals there. Now the other thing is I need a little tiny scrap of matching cardstock for my card, and I'm going to cut out the centre of my flower like I've already done on the corner of there. I'm going to do that again here. Pop it out. You only need a tiny bit, to be honest. Just like that, and that's our punching done. So then what I've done is I've got a piece of Whisper White A4 cardstock, and I have cut it in half at 10.5 centimetres, and then I've scored it down the middle. Down the middle here, sorry, I've cut it in half here and I've scored it down the middle to make my card base in the Whisper White. And then I've got a panel of the Melon Mambo cardstock, and that's 0.5 centimetre smaller all the way around. And then for my front panel, I've got another piece of Whisper White, which is just another 0.5 centimetre smaller. So we've got a nice mat here. So on my white panel, I'm going to put my flower. I'm going to decide where it's going to go. So I'm going to have it so my little leaves tuck in. So I only want a general idea of where my flower is going to sit, because then it'll help me put my stalk. So I'm going to use Old Olive for my stalk. It's a nice green. And I've got my stalk stamp mounted ready. Let's give it a good go. And then just so I get a general idea of where it's going to go, I'll just kind of line it up and then push this lot out of the way. And on it goes. And then we should have a nice outline there. Okay, good. So I'm going to use a little bit of Tombow glue. Work out where it's going to go. And I just want a tiny bit right in the centre. Hardly any, because I'm going to tuck my petals underneath to fit in. And then I'm going to slightly curl the end of my petals with my fingers so they sit proud when the flower is made. It's just a simple card, and it's really effective and pretty. Right, so when I've curled my petals, I'm just going to put a tiny dot of glue right on this end to keep it firmly stuck, but you don't want much so that it can all curl up. So here we go, I'm going to pop it in under here. Stuck down better than I thought. There we are, one. You have a little bit of wriggle room with the Tombow glues. Not long, but just enough to like move it around slightly. And just do it so you have a general idea of where you want them to go. Okay. It's a great set because the punch matches everything. You can do it in any colour. It's got some nice sentiments in it. Brilliant. Oops. Just slot it in. There you got your flower. Like so. Right, in the middle of my flower I'm going to put some bit of sparkle. Let's see, I've got a few of the rhinestones here. These are retiring soon, the rhinestones. We've got some different ones coming, so if you like them, make sure you get your hands on them before they're gone. Right, there we go, there's the rhinestones. Perfect. And I'm going to put my sentiment on it. And I wanted this one, which says, "Today is the perfect day to be happy." Because I thought this could be just a nice card to send somebody with some writing inside if I wanted to send a little note, little letter to somebody. There is some lovely sentiments in, so you could make it into a birthday card. There's one that says thank you very much, or there's one that says let's celebrate your day, grateful for a friend like you. So it's quite a versatile set. So I'm going to pop it here. Today is the perfect day to be happy. and it came out. Perfect. And then once I've got my sentiment, I'm going to put it on here. Just grab my snail adhesive. How if I held it upside down? If I held it the right way up, wouldn't it? Squashing my flower. Okay. So just to pop it on. There's nothing like getting a little handwritten note in the mail. It shows that somebody's actually thinking about you. It's so much nicer than just a Facebook message or something like that, because someone's actually taken the trouble to make you a little card and actually go and post it. So yeah, pop it on your Whisper White card base. So you have a nice little edge all the way around, and that's your card finished. How simple is that and effective? I think it's such a pretty card. Isn't it lovely? And then you can write inside. You can obviously stamp inside if you'd like, or you can just write inside, which is what I'm going to do. Hope you've enjoyed it. It's a quick and simple card. This bundle, this punch and stamp set is a bundle, and you can get it in the current catalogue at the moment. If it goes over to the new catalogue, which is going live on June the 1st, then you'll still be able to get it, but it would not be as a bundle, so you wouldn't have the 10% saving. So if you like the idea of these products and you want the discount on it, then hop over to my shop at katebolt.stampinup.net and you'll be able to get it through there until the 31st of May. And if you want the dimensions of the card and the pieces of the measurements and the materials, have a look on my blog, which is inkstampshare.ink. Thanks for stopping by.